Thank you very much. It is not her mistake. Mostly people mistake me for a man because my name is such. So, thanks a lot. A very good morning to all of you. Professor Anil Sahasrabuddhe, Chairman AICT, Dr. Batra, Dr. D'Souza, and all the audience sitting here. First of all, I must confess that I must be one or two of the very few here who is not, myself not a management graduate. But I am here in my capacity as Secretary General of Association of Indian Universities. And before I take up anything else, I will like to inform you what Association of Indian Universities is and how it is affecting the management education of the country. Now, Association of Indian Universities is a association of about 780 universities in the country, which includes around 15 overseas universities also. We are into higher education policy making. We hold Vice Chancellor's Conference, around 7 Vice Chancellor's Conference throughout the year, and many more research conferences. We do take care of sports in the universities. We do take care of youth affairs in the country. And one of the mandates which has been given to us by the MHRD is equivalence of foreign degrees with the Indian degrees. And in addition to this, when we talk of management education, we are also giving equivalence of PG diploma in management to MBA and equivalence of fellow programs to PhD programs. Now, so far, PG DBM, I have joined here only 4 months back, and 2 recent decisions which we have taken with regard to management education are the following. Now, PG DBM is run by many institutions, many non-university institutions, and they are seeking equivalence with the MBA degree of the universities. Initially, this recognition was only given to IIMs, even IIM Ahmedabad got this recognition in 1949, Calcutta got in 1949, Bangalore got in 1978, but slowly we started extending it to other non-university institutions. So in the beginning, the process which was followed was that our committee used to go to the institutions, do their study in spite of the AICT recognition, and then they used to decide whether the recognition should be given or not. So after 2015, we said that committee business is not good. Many times it can lead to many things which should not happen. So what we started in 2015 was that if an institution is having a AICT approval plus NBA accreditation, we will grant straight away equivalence from PG DBM to MBA program. But of late, around 4 months back, we also saw there are some institutions who for some reason were not able to get NBA recognition, NBA accreditation. So not diluting the standards, but giving a little more freedom to the institutions, what we have decided, that in addition to NBA, if the accreditation is there from any of the 3 foreign bodies, namely AMBA, EQUIX, or AACSB, all these 3 will be treated as equivalent to NBA. So if these accreditations are there, then also equivalence of PG DBM to MBA will be given. Similarly, for fellow program, like even MDI runs a fellow program, the equivalence with PhD is not there. So far, equivalence of fellow programs with PhD is only given to IIMs and no one else. But again, last month only, we have taken a decision that equivalence of good fellow programs run by good institutions in the country will be given, provided they follow a set of given parameters, which includes a lot of many things like student-teacher ratio should be 1:15. The number of faculty with PhD should be around 50% of the total faculty. Then some funding on the library, research funding, and like this. But if those parameters are fulfilled, then the equivalence of fellow programs to PhD programs can be given for non-university institutions other than IIMs also. So these are the 2 major decisions which we have taken. Now coming to the theme of the conference, which is future of management education. I was just studying a report from IMA which says that out of about 3.5 lakh management graduates which are produced every year, only about 10% are employable. I'm not saying employed, but employable. So then I was thinking, why? Because many times we keep on saying that the unemployability is increasing, But management is a subject which is a professional subject, and professional subject means that they will find a profession after they complete the program. But even in a professional program like MBA, the unemployability is to the extent of 90%. And maybe, I feel the reason may be many, but one of the major, which as Professor Sahasrabudhe also spoke, was curriculum revision. Curriculum, we are not revising curriculum, and 85, when I talk of 3.5 lakh graduates, 85% of these graduates are coming from Tier 3 and Tier 4 institutions. And that is the masses which we are producing in graduation. We are not talking of IIMs or elite institutions. They are producing good graduates, but that is very minuscule, very small number. The majority is in Type 3, 85% I am saying is in Tier 3 and Tier 4 institutions, and they are mostly unemployable because of the reasons like, one is excess supply. He was telling that 400 business schools have been closed lately, and I understand that the capacity of the industry to absorb management graduates is not more than 50,000 a year, but we produce 3.5 lakh, and in our country, normally the manpower planning is not done. Like, we won't be knowing today that, say, 5 years from now or 10 years from now, how many engineers are required, how many doctors are required, how many management graduates are required, and within engineering also, how many civil engineers, how many electrical, how many electronics, how many computers. So that is why manpower planning is not there, so there is mostly a mismatch between the number of graduates who are produced in a particular subject and the graduates who are employed in the industry. The poor quality, of course, if 85% are from Tier 3 and Tier 4, quality has to be, that's why when we talk of future of management, I feel we should talk of quality of education being imparted in mass institutions, not in the elite institutions. Elite institutions, in any case, will impart good quality education. Then lack of basic skills. Many management graduates, when they come to us, they lack basic skills like communications also. So the communication is a very big bottleneck. IT skills are a very big bottleneck. Personality development, how to conduct yourself, how to dress up also. So lack of basic skills. Then the faculty, underqualified faculty, like Professor Sahasrabudhe was saying, as soon as they do MBA, they come and join as faculty. They don't even get any training on how to teach. Like, unlike in school education, where B.Ed is a program where the training is done for teaching, in higher education, you just do MBA and then go and start teaching without knowing the nuances of teaching. Sometimes when the boards were used, they didn't know where to stand, how to write even straight on the board, how loud to speak, how slow or how fast to speak. So those small things are lacking. And then secondly, our faculty themselves, once they are employed, many of them, I'm not talking about all the faculty, but they don't update themselves. So whatever notes they had prepared, so many universities don't change the curriculum because the teachers resist changing the curriculum because the notes they have prepared, say 20 years back, will go waste and they have to prepare fresh notes. And lastly, the reason is that the work experience in many of the foreign countries, when the admission to MBA is given, mostly it is after you have a work experience of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. But here, mostly the MBA is done straight after the graduation. So that is there. So what is the solution? The solution, I was thinking of some solutions. One, as everybody is mentioning, that skill building has to be there. We have to concentrate on creative thinking. We have to concentrate on leadership skills, communications, IT, personality development. So that is very, very important. But the most important is updating of the curricula. So for example, when we talk of, say, demand forecasting, initially if we talk of 50s, it was done on the basis of, say, reactive thinking. Then we started thinking of forecasting based on last year trends. Then after some time, when the Excel and all came in 1985, they started using Excel sheet, and the forecasting was done based on many more parameters like trends and everything. But slowly, the forecasting moved from person to sort of a robot, because today artificial intelligence is used for forecasting. Now, maybe in future men are not required for forecasting, only the machines will do the forecasting. But is our curriculum also evolving in that manner? That is important, that the curriculum should also evolve in a manner in which the requirements of the industry is changing. Professor Sahasrabudhe spoke about Swayam. Swayam, of course, Swayam is a very good platform, and we encourage students that do register on Swayam, because suppose you do not have a good teacher in your university in a particular course. So that course you can do from the SWAYAM. SWAYAM is having good courses in almost all the subjects. Sir told the 2,800 courses are already there. And UGC, just to encourage SWAYAM platform and to encourage online learning and to encourage flipped classroom model, they have said that the 20% of the credit weightage can be done for courses done, MOOCs courses done through the SWAYAM platform, which means that if in a particular program, you are doing many programs, so 80% programs you can do in-house, 20% you can do on SWAYAM online programs through any SWAYAM program which you choose, and the credit weightage will be given by the university for those 20% of the courses. So these type of methods are being undertaken, like when Professor Saisbuddhe was talking about Indian case studies. I think many foreign universities are talking about Dabbawalas of Bombay. They are talking about the crowd management of the Kumbh Mela. But we have yet to introduce these type of case studies in many B schools. So those type of things can be done. Then similarly, one more incident which MOOCs reminds me was, there was a conference in Bangalore, IIM Bangalore, where I was there, and Mr. Anant Agarwal, who is the CEO of edX, he was there. So he was telling a story that once I was standing on the airport, and a student came running to me and he touched my feet. So I asked him, who are you? He said, you are the one who got me the job in Tech Mahindra. He said, I don't even know you. I barely know you. How can I get you the job? He said, I did 10 courses on edX, 10 very good courses on edX, because he was the CEO of edX. And when I was interviewed, I was from a very small engineering college, but when I was interviewed, I was better than many of the IIT graduates, just because of my knowledge base. So in future, when we talk of management education, the degrees won't matter, the knowledge base will matter, and the knowledge base can come not only through the institution now. We keep on telling people that when SWAYAM or NPTEL is there, that if you did not get admission in IIT, if you did not get admission in IIM, don't worry. IIT professor will come to your home and teach you online. IIM professor will come to your home and teach you online. So these type of facilities are now available, which have to be used. Then only the future of management education would be very bright. And similarly, when we talk of job creators or job producers, the Government of India has again come out with a National Startup and Innovation Policy 2019, where the universities and colleges are given a lot of autonomy, freedom to start incubation cells within the university, pre-incubation, post-incubation, all the facilities are there. It is being said that the innovation should form a part of the university culture. It is not a sort of a standalone scheme. The vision statement itself of the institution should say that yes, innovation is in the culture of the university. So I'm sure if we use all these policies, the government is doing a lot, but we have to respond, we have to implement, we have to do it in a manner so that it really impacts the future of management education. So I'm sure if all these things are taken care of, in future we'll be having a very, very good management education, and the employability rate will increase much, much better. Thank you very much. Thanks.